Trigger warning. Ghosts, ghouls, and gruesome stuff ahead. It's weird. It's dark. It's your kind of vibe. Welcome to Haunted and Homicidal, the podcast where true crime meets the paranormal. I'm Lauren.
And I'm Courtney. Every week we uncover the terrifying, the twisted, and the totally unexplainable. Lock your doors and grab your sage.
Because things are about to get haunted and homicidal. Gary Ridgway is stressing me out from beyond the grave, y'all. This is very difficult.
Hi, guys.
Hey, hi, how are you? I'm stressed. Thank you. Okay, bye. End of transmission. Case closed. Okay, bye.
No one's stressed.
I'm stressed. Yeah, yeah. First, I thought we didn't have audio in the first one that we recorded, but we did. I was just stupid and had the playback set wrong. And then we tried to record this one, and we ran into so many problems. So hopefully we have it all squared out and ironed out and straightened. And okay, let's go.
So with the remaining victims we're gonna read, there's not a lot of information on them. Just pretty much like when they disappeared, when they discovered, and stuff like that. But that's pretty much it. Like, you're not gonna get like what they were like the rest of the ones that I read last week.
Yeah.
So
I think that's because some of these were like unknown at the time.
Yeah. Because there was some unknown victims until like recently when they finally figured out who they were.
Pretty fucking recent.
Yeah, like 2010 recent. Yeah. And again, if I mispronounce names, I apologize. I am bad with names, so do not come for me, please. Please don't. I am terrible at names.
Or do, and we're just not going to care. So
that too. I mean, at this point, with how expensive everything is,
we don't care.
No, unless you want to pay my bills or contribute and help, that'd be great.
Yup. Like
right.
I said, 3 F's. People's opinion don't matter to me unless it's the 3 F's. If you're not fucking me, financing me, or feeding me, I don't care. Done deal.
That's a good motto right there.
Yeah.
I could live by that motto.
Right?
There we go. That's a good motto. Okay. So victim number 26 is going to be Terry Renee Milligan, who was 16. She disappeared August 29th, 1982. And she was discovered April 1st, 1984. So she was discovered in southern King County, marking one of the first out-of-river dump locations. So everyone else has been pretty much in the river that they found them. And investigators noted manual strangulation consistent with Ridgway's early pattern. So pretty much it is the same pattern that they keep freaking finding, but yet aren't doing shit.
Yep. It's so frustrating. I mean, they've got to know this is the same person. They've got to.
Exactly. Like, same place, same freaking shit. Like, the fuck?
Like, I'm just curious of what the task force is doing. Are they just typically sitting there having coffee and donuts? Or are they, like, actually doing something? 50 fucking victims later.
Who fucking knows? All right. Number 27 is Linda Jane Rule, who was also 16. She disappeared September 26, 1982. She was discovered January 1st, 1983. So, Rule's discovery helped police define dump site clustering and develop methods to identify reoccurring access routes along Pacific Highway South.
Okay, well, now they're getting somewhere.
Hopefully. Number 28, we have Shonda Leah Summers, who was 16. She disappeared October 9th, 1982, and she was discovered August 11th, 1983. And her remains were found in 1983 as part of a pattern of adolescent victims who vanished from the Seattle-Tacoma corridor between 1982 and 1983. Like, you have all these freaking young girls disappearing in the same
they're
fucking
not
area.
linking it. Like, I mean, they're linking it, I think, to, like, the same person, but they're not figuring out who the fuck it is.
They did a better job with freaking Pinnell.
Yeah. Yeah. And he didn't kill near as many.
No. But yet they got him quicker.
Mm-hmm.
And he did pretty much...
And, like, why didn't they do what he did?
Exactly, because they did pretty much the same shit where they like had because
They had a task force
because he got prostitutes too.
But why did they not set it up?
Freaking area.
Exactly. Why didn't they do a setup like that?
Exactly. Even freaking Bundy was like, bruh, he's going back to the places.
Exactly.
Like, set up a little freaking watch team.
Like, I truly don't know how he evaded capture or identification for so long. It's so fucking long.
Exactly. Like, what the hell? All right, number 29, we have Lori Ann Raspotnik, who was 15. She disappeared November 26, 1982, and she was discovered December 1985. So she was initially cataloged as Bone 17 in Auburn, and she was finally identified in 2023.
Just 2 years ago.
2023.
2 years ago.
Through forensic genealogy.
So what? That's like 41 years ago? 82?
Don't make me math in my head. I can't math in my
82
head.
to 23 would be 41 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
It took them 41 years.
Uh-huh. And Ridgway had earlier led investigators to the general area of her remains.
So they found her, but they didn't know who she was.
Apparently not. Okay. Yeah. Number 30, we have Rebecca, or Becky Marrero. If I said that wrong, I apologize. Who was 20. She disappeared December 3rd, 1982, and her body was discovered December 21st, 2010. 2010, people.
It's
2010.
a very fucking long time. 30 years.
Ugh. Her skull and partial remains were recovered nearly 3 decades later, and Ridgway pled guilty to her murder, which made her his 49th conviction.
Yep. So he was already convicted of all these other murders, and then they found her, connected her to him, and added on that murder conviction.
Yes.
49 confirmed, and she was the 49th.
That's 49. Out of his supposedly 71, he
70
says.
something, right?
Yes, that he says.
So I can imagine, maybe, hopefully, in the next coming years, they're going to identify more, because some of them are unidentified still, and they'll connect him to them. Not that it matters anymore other than people like their family for justice, but.
All right. Number 31, we have Sandra Major, who was 20. She disappeared on freaking Christmas Eve, December 24th, 1982, and she wasn't discovered until December 30th, 1985. But she was not identified until 2012 via DNA through modern forensic testing, because we apparently slack.
That's what I'm saying. I think like maybe in the upcoming years, because it's only been 2 years since that other one was discovered or identified, that we might see more.
Yeah. So they might find all 71, he says. Because I think at that point, if they do find 71, he's the most killed serial killer.
He's up there now, I think.
Yeah.
He's up there with Bundy.
Yeah. So I think at this point, he's more than Bundy if they find all 71.
Yeah. Well, Otis Toole and Otis Toole and Henry Lee Lucas claimed like 240
I don't
something.
believe
but
that shit. I don't believe that.
I can't remember what it actually ended up being, but it was a lot. It was still a lot.
Yeah.
Not 200 and something, but it was still a lot.
No. But I think he still had more than them, I think.
Maybe.
Yeah. Number 32, we have Wendy Marie Stevens, who was 14. She disappeared March 1983, and she was discovered March 21st, 1984. And she was the youngest confirmed victim, and she was initially unidentified, and she was later matched through DNA profiling decades later.
At least they're figuring out who these people are, I guess.
Giving some closure.
Yeah.
Late, but closure.
Yeah. Closure nonetheless.
Yeah. Number 33, we have Andrea Marion Childers, who was 19. She disappeared April 14th, 1983. She was discovered October 11th, 1989. Her body was located years after her disappearance, confirming that Ridgway's dumping grounds were usually repeatedly across several years. Like, if you know that, why don't you fucking...
Exactly. That's why I'm so confused why it took so long.
Like, you're there... Ugh. So, 34 is Sandra K. Gabbert, age 17. She disappeared April 17th, 1983. She was discovered April 1st, 1984. So she vanished with her close friend Kimi Kai Pitzer, who I mentioned last episode. Both were found at separate sites, confirming Ridgway's method of abducting multiple victims within short time frames.
So I'm guessing with them, like he saw them together at one point.
Yeah, because
Took Kimmy.
She was found April 1984. It didn't say when, but so they must have found Kimmy first and then found her.
Yeah.
No, they found her first and then Kimmy.
So what I'm guessing is he saw them together and decided those were the ones I want. He took one, murdered her, and went back for the other.
Yeah.
Unknowing. The friend unknowing, obviously.
Yeah. And then 35, we have Mary Jane Malver, who was 18. She disappeared April 30th, 1983. She was not discovered until September 26th, 2003. And she was only discovered when Ridgway cooperated with authorities to locate previously unknown burial sites.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
To think about that, she may have never been discovered if he hadn't done that.
Probably not, depending on where they found her, because it didn't say where.
I mean, 20 years later, they hadn't found her. The only reason they found her was because he brought them there and was like,
so they
I buried them here.
So, yeah, they probably never would have found her.
Mm-mm.
So, number 36, we have Yvonne Antosh, who was 19. She disappeared May 31st, 1983. She was discovered October 15th, 1983. Her recovery added to the growing cluster of bodies found near wooded and rural areas off the main highway, broadening the task force search grid. But still, you have a search grid. How the fuck have you not caught this man yet?
Yeah.
Like, what
I'm so confused about it.
What the fuck?
So confused.
Like, when I did this, I was like, how? How did you not, like, how?
In 2 years. Now, this would be different if he started in, like, 1975 and killed all these people until 1990. That's a long time. This was 84 to 86 or 85 to 87. I think he said his first murder was in like 85, maybe 84. But either way, in that 2 to 3 year span, how?
Exactly. And if he's like in the same freaking area.
Exactly. There's only been a couple that were, outside of the area.
He makes my eye twitch.
Yeah.
All right, number 37, we have Carrie Royce, who was 15. She disappeared June 13th, 1983. She was discovered March 10th, 1985. Her 2-year disappearance illustrated the challenges of locating victims in remote timberlands that Ridgway frequently uses dumping grounds. I mean, I get it's hard because you have all these freaking woods.
Right.
But at the same time, Bundy gave y'all the idea to freaking, maybe you should go back and, like, if you see a grave, watch it. He'll come back.
A fresh grave, right. Exactly.
Which he clearly did go back.
I mean, but unfortunately, at the point now we're at, they're months and years apart where they're found from when they disappeared. So, I mean, the ones that were like a couple of days apart, that's a little more understandable where you could go and watch because but these are now months, years apart from when they've been dead.
Bundy in the first place,
I know.
They would have had to wait years.
They probably thought they were smarter, more knowledgeable. Dude, you're talking to a fucking serial killer who did the exact same thing. Listen to him.
Exactly. Number 38, we have Tammy Charlene Lyles, who was 16. She disappeared June 9th, 1983. She was discovered April 23rd, 1985. Her remains were found in both Oregon and Washington.
Oh, God. Okay, so he dispersed her.
Uh-huh. In 2024.
2024. Almost
year.
40 fucking years. Okay.
Forensic genealogy conclusively confirmed her identity after nearly 40 years.
40 fucking years, man. How?
I feel bad for the family. Like, they have to wait this fucking long.
And, I mean, obviously her parents are probably very old. You know,
or dead at this point.
She was 16 40 years ago. That would have made her 56. Her parents probably in their 70s, 80s.
If they hadn't died from, like, broken heart and stuff.
If they haven't already passed, like,
yeah.
And then what good is it going to do them to know now? Like, there is no justice in this situation. Yes, the man is in jail on death row, I would assume, with 49 fucking murder convictions. But he is getting 3 hots and a cot. He is in an air-conditioned prison, and he is above ground breathing. What justification is this? We already talked about me being pro-death sentence, and I truly believe that within 5 years it should be carried out. They should not be allowed to sit there on taxpayer dollars and wait and wait and wait.
Number 39, we have April Buttram, age 16. She disappeared August 18th, 1983. She was discovered August 30th, 2003. Her remains were among those recovered during Ridgway's 2003 cooperation, with investigators giving long-awaited closure to her family.
So some of these people they're only finding because he cooperated and led them to them.
Yep.
I mean, I guess I can say at least he did that. At least.
The
very fucking least he could do.
Try to lessen his already long sentence, which you ain't coming out, dude.
No, because he would be a menace to fucking society. Like, no.
You ain't coming out, motherfucker. Stay in there.
Yeah.
You can die for all I care.
Well, no. Here's hoping.
Number 40, we have Debbie Mae Abernathy, who was 26. She disappeared September 5th, 1983. She was discovered March 31st, 1984. At 26, she was one of his older victims. Her case reaffirmed the geographic concentration of killings within South King County.
Most of his killings were in South King County, but then he kind of did venture out. There were outliers.
He tried to venture out to throw off the police.
Well, apparently he did a good fucking job. Because
for someone having a low IQ, it don't seem like it.
Yeah.
Number 41, we have Tracy Ann Winston, who was 19. She disappeared September 12th, 1983. She was discovered March 27th, 1986. So partial remains were recovered in 1986. Her skull was later discovered in 2005 near Tiger Mountain, a known Green River disposal zone.
Oh my God. I can't handle this. Like, not only is he killing these women, now it seems like he is...
So either
cutting them up and putting them places.
Well, either that or like animals got to them and they took her head.
Not the Oregon, Washington one.
Yeah, no, not that one.
Probably
one. Not. But this one's
possibly. Yeah. I mean, it just kind of depends on where Tiger Mountain is in connection with where they found like the rest of her body, I guess.
Yeah. Number 42, we have Maureen Sue Feeney, who was 19. She disappeared.
Sorry. Every time I hear that word, I think Feeney. Yeah. Sorry, I had to. Love it.
So she disappeared September 28th, 1983. She was discovered May 2nd, 1986.
So that was almost 3 years, 2.5 years.
So her recovery in 1986 reinforced the investigative use of geographic profiling to connect victims found in forested clusters.
So are they not already connecting this?
So from what I keep figuring out, what I kept trying to figure out, I was like, apparently they weren't figuring nothing out.
No, because it said it reinforced the use of geographic profiling. Like, when you have 20 fucking victims and a lot of them are clustered in the same area, you would kind of think that that's what's going to continue to happen. Because guess what? This is what continues to happen.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking confused. Like, I need all of these police officers, the task force, I need them investigated and fired. Take away their pension. Take away their retirement. They did not do their job.
No.
50 plus women are dead because they did not do their job correctly.
Nope. Number 43, we have Pammy Annette Avant, who is 15. She disappeared October 26, 1983. She was discovered August 16th, 2003, due to Ridgway's post-plea assistance 20 years after she disappeared.
Again, so I think that's probably why we're not getting too much information about these people, because they're being found 20, 30, 40 fucking years later.
Yes. Number 44, we have Delise Louise Plager,
I think plagiar, yeah.
who was 22. She disappeared October 30th, 1983. She was discovered February 14th, 1984. That sucks on Valentine's Day.
She disappeared the day before Halloween, like the best fucking day of the year.
They found her
her on Valentine's Day. Gross.
That sucked. Her remains were discovered near a secluded wooded access road. Investigators believed Ridgway revisited familiar sites to dispose of multiple victims.
You think?
If you believe that...
Do you fucking think? Do you fucking think?
Like, why, like, if you know, like, if you already believe this, like, why? That make my twin.
You know what? I think the investigators had an IQ of 80. Not Ridgway.
Clearly.
Not Ridgway.
Clearly.
They were like 60s and below.
Number 45, we have Lisa Lorraine Yates, who was 19. She disappeared December 23rd, 1983, 2 days before Christmas. She was discovered March 13th, 1984. She was found in part of a cluster near rural wooded terrain south of Seattle that contained several of his victims.
So, okay. Here's my thing. They're finding these victims in the same area, okay? Clusters of them. Different times of the year. Why have they not already put up surveillance, 24-hour patrol? Why? They're finding these kids, they're literal fucking children, in the same area 2 and 3 at a time. Why is this area not being watched 24/7? I know, like, back then, like, trail cams and shit, they may have existed, but they probably weren't great.
Yeah.
But they could have caught something.
They could have.
They had a grid, right? A grid of where these murders were taking place, and they were clustered. Why was there not enough quote unquote task force assigned to these areas to watch? Like, I don't fucking get it.
I don't either, because, like, all these freaking bodies.
Yeah, I don't understand. I'm so fucking confused and frustrated, and so many lives because these people just,
Yeah. All right, so 46, we have Mary West, who was 16. She disappeared February 6, 1984. She was discovered September 8th, 1985. She was located, but decomposition, limited forensic analysis. Investigators linked her case through spatial patterns and Ridgway's later admissions.
Okay.
Number 47, Cindy Ann Smith, who was 17. She disappeared March 21st, 1984. She was discovered June 27th, 1987. Her recovery came 3 years after she vanished, emblematic of the long intervals between disappearance and discovery, typical of Ridgway's later victims.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, the first few were like days from their disappearance, and now we're months, years, decades down the fucking road.
48, we have Patricia Michelle Barksack, who was 19. She disappeared October 17th, 1986. She was discovered February 3rd, 1993. Discovered 7 years after going missing, her case was one of the final victims officially tied to Ridgway's convictions.
Yeah, because And
then 49, we have Roberta Joseph Hayes, who was 21. She disappeared February 7th, 1987. She was discovered September 11th, 1991. She was discovered in a remote King County area, and her case bridged Ridgway's early 1980s spree with his continued killings into the 1990s. And then we have number 50, Marta Reeves, who was 36. She disappeared March 5th, 1990, and she was discovered September 20th, 1990. At 36, she fell outside his usual age range. Her murder demonstrated that his pattern of targeting vulnerable women continued nearly a decade after the initial Green River murders.
Yeah.
And then 51, we have Patricia Ann Yellow Robe, who was 38.
Way outside of his normal.
Yes, I think that's his oldest one.
Yeah.
She disappeared January 1998. She was discovered August 6, 1998. I would have been a month later.
Yep.
Her case represented the final confirmed murder in the Green River series, showing that Ridgway's killing persisted into the late 1990s.
Yeah, outside of the ones that were just discovered, you know, because those were 2010, 2023, and 2024. So I think at that time, sans the new victims, yeah. So, I mean, obviously her case wasn't the final one because there's new evidence coming to light.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my word. That is so many people dead because the cops just couldn't get it the fuck together. My guy.
No, they could not. For his conviction, they had not attributed to the Green River Killer the deaths of victims Rural, Barkstack, Hayes, Reeves, Yellow Robe, and Jane Doe B20, which was one of the other victims that they finally discovered
recently
that I talked about. I can't remember which one it was now. December 21st, 2010, hikers found a skull in the vicinity of where Marie Malvar's remains have been found in 2003. The skull was identified as belonging to Marrero, who was last seen leaving the Western Six Motel at South 168th Street and Pacific Highway South on December 3rd, 1982. King County prosecutor confirmed that Ridgway would be formally charged with her murder on February 11th, 2011.
Crazy.
February 18th, 2011, he entered a guilty plea deal in the murder of Rebecca Marrero, adding the 49th life sentence to his existing 48.
Yep.
He confessed to murdering Marrero in his original plea bargain, but due to insufficient evidence, the charges could not be filed.
Insufficient evidence. What would be sufficient evidence? His confession, him directing them to exactly where she was buried, knowing all the information, fitting the MO, the pattern, the geographical region. Like, what more do they need?
So, and then they had the remains of Winston were found without a skull in Kent's Cottonwood Grove Park in March 1986, which, wait, did I say? Oh. Yeah, the one I talked about earlier, how the skull was found near Tiger Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Miles away from the discovery site of the rest of the body. So police assume someone carried it to another location. So,
or an animal, like you said, that's possible. Yeah, because it's only within miles. So animals have like a very wide range, just, you know, not a different state.
Yeah. And then Major was not identified until June 2012. A family member asked the sheriff to investigate after seeing a TV movie about Ridgway, and DNA confirmed her identity. And then Wendy Stevens, previously known as Jane Doe B10, was previously unidentified. He claimed that she was a white female in her early 20s and possibly had brown hair. Examination of the remains suggested that was actually between 12 and 18, most likely around 15. She was later confirmed to be 14. Analysis of the skeleton indicated she was probably left-handed, and she had at one point in her life had skull fracture to the left temple that later healed.
Oh. So maybe she like had like a hard fall or
I guess
got hurt somehow. That's so sad.
And then Jane Doe B17 was discovered on January 2nd, 1986. Remains had been found in another area February 18th, 1984, were later matched to this victim. In 2003, he claimed responsibility. In December 2023, DNA testing at Parabon Nanolabs identified the victim as Lori Ann Raspotnik, who had run away from home in 1982 at age 15.
Oh, so she wasn't a sex worker. She just had a rough time and ran away from home. It seems like most of them were sex workers, but it did say that, you know, he kind of targeted runaways too, so.
And then Jane Doe B20 was discovered in August 2003. Because the remains were partial, her face could not be reconstructed, and her race could not be determined, but she was estimated to have been between 13 and 24 at the time of her death.
That's a wide range of ages. That's 11 years.
Yeah, it was. She was estimated to have been murdered between 1970 and 1993.
Oh,
but she was
1970?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I mean, and like we got done talking about earlier, that it shows some of these cases did show that he had murders prior to the 80s that were connected to him, and then like well into the late 90s, possibly early 2000s.
Yeah. But she was believed to have been murdered during the first decade of his murder spree. And in January 2024, DNA testing identified the victim as Lyles. And then a separate set of remains from Lyles have been found in Oregon in 1985 and identified in 1988 from dental records. So the one I said that they found in Washington and Oregon.
Gotcha. Part of her. Okay.
Yeah. And he is subjected of, but not charged with, murdering the remaining 6 victims of the original list attributed to the Green River Killer. Okay. So, Amina Agishev, who was 35, she disappeared July 7th, 1982. They found her April 18th, 1984. And then we have Casey Ann Lee, who is 16. She disappeared August 28th, 1982. She is still undiscovered.
Oh.
Kelly K. McGinnis, who was 18, June 28th, 1983. She is still undiscovered. Angela Marie Gardner, who was 16, July 1983. She was found April 22nd, 1985. And then Patricia Osborne, 19, October 20th, 1983. She's undiscovered. And then, so he denied killing Agishev, who does not fit the profile of any victims of the Green River Killer, considering her age, and she was not a sex worker or a teenage runaway.
Okay, well, she was 35. He killed someone who was 35, 37, 38. So it fits some of his victims.
Yeah, but because she wasn't a sex worker
Or
or
a
a teenage
runaway.
runaway, it didn't fit.
Yeah.
But because she was around that time, they thought that she was
Possible. Yeah. Yeah.
Although he has never been charged with her murder. During interrogations in 2003, he did confess to killing Lee. He stated that he strangled her in 1982 and left her body near a drive-in theater off the SeaTac Strip. Law enforcement officials have been unable to locate her remains at the dump site he indicated.
Okay.
Evidence exists to suggest that he murdered McGinnis shortly before her disappearance. She was questioned by a Port of Seattle police officer while dating, quote unquote,
What?
Ridgway near the SeaTac Strip.
What?
Yeah. Furthermore, during the summer of 2003, he led authorities to the bodies of several of his victims. One of those bodies, later identified as that of April Buttram, was initially identified by Ridgway as being that of McGinnis. According to him, he often confused those two because they're similar physiques.
No. No, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I do not.
He is a suspect in the death of Gardner, whose remains were discovered within a mile of the bodies of known victims, Cheryl, Bush, and Lyles. Gardner remained unidentified until October 2009.
Jesus.
And then they also have unidentified black female, unknown, don't know how old she was. She disappeared December 1980. She's undiscovered. Christy Lynn Vorak, who was 13.
Oh my God.
August 31st, 1982, undiscovered. Patricia Ann LeBlanc, 15, August 12th, 1983, undiscovered. Rosemarie Curran, who was 16, August 26th, 1987. She was found August 31st, 1987.
So she was found within 5 days.
And then Cora Christmas McGurk was 22, July 12th, 1991. She is undiscovered. And so for like the ones I just read, an unidentified black female, possibly bearing the first name Michelle, is a possible victim. She has never been located or identified. McGurk was the mother of NBA player Martell Webster.
Oh, wow.
She was last seen leaving her 3 children in the company of her aunt. Her vehicle was later found near Aurora Avenue North. Although her body was never found, Ridgway is thought to be responsible. He was long suspected for the 1987 murder of Curran, a 16-year-old addict and prostitute, but was ruled out as a suspect.
How?
Now, the arrest. November 30th, 2001.
My 16th birthday, or 15th birthday. How old was I in 2001? 16. My 16th birthday.
He was at the Kenworth Truck Factory where he worked as a spray painter when they came to arrest him. And you remember what I said about spray paint?
There you go.
And if they had tested it on that first fucking victim I mentioned?
There you go. 50, 60, 70 victims later. Because how many was that we just mentioned that were not identified or attributed to him? They just think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that brings it to 59. 59
Yes.
people Well, no, because we had 51 confirmed.
Yes.
Plus 10. So
Yes.
61 fucking people.
Mm-hmm.
They could have saved time, saved money, saved lives. 60 lives they could have saved if they had just tested that fucking spray paint.
Mm-hmm. And they arrested him at work. Because after a forensic scientist identified microscopic spray paint spheres as a specific brand and composition of paint used at the Kenworth factory.
Oh my God.
3 more victims were added to the indictment. So they're able. So Wendy Caulfield, the one that I said in the very fucking beginning. So they added her, Deborah Bonner, and Deborah Estes.
Mm-hmm.
Because at first, in the original indictment, they only had Marcia Chapman, Opal Mills, Cynthia Hines, and Carol Ann Christensen. So early August 2003, Seattle Television News reported that he had been moved from maximum security cell at King County Jail to an Airway Heights minimum medium security level tank.
Okay.
There were other news reports saying that his lawyers, led by Anthony Savage, were closing a plea bargain that would spare him the death penalty in return for his confession to a number of the murders.
No.
So November 5th, 2003, he entered a guilty plea to 48 charges of aggravated first-degree murder as part of a plea bargain that would spare him execution in exchange for his cooperation in locating the remains of his victims and providing other details.
Look, I get it. Like, I understand that they want to recover these bodies. I get it. But he should not be allowed to just live out his life in jail, 3 hots on a cot, every fucking day, breathing above ground, while these families have to sit there and wonder and mourn their missing loved one. And then finding out 10, 20, 30, 40 years later that they were a victim of Ridgway. Mm-hmm. Finding out that these cops really didn't do much of anything to stop it, figure out who it was. There was so much that could be done, could have been done, should have been done, that wasn't done. I'm so fucking frustrated right now.
Mm-hmm. And in his statement, he explained that he had killed all of his victims inside King County, Washington, and that he had transported and dumped the remains of 2 women near Portland to confuse police.
Again, that 80 IQ, man, I don't know. I don't know if I believe that or not, because
I don't either.
There's just so much going on that he was able to outsmart these police for 40 fucking years.
Exactly. Like,
from 85 to 2001. He got arrested in 2001.
Like, there's no way.
Bruh.
Jeffrey Barr, deputy prosecutor, noted in court that the deal contained the names of 41 victims who would not be the subject of State versus Ridgway if it were not for the plea agreement.
What? So he wouldn't have even have been convicted of 41 of these murders had it not been for the plea agreement.
Nope.
So that means 41 victims, had he not taken a plea agreement and brought it to trial, those 41 victims would not have even have been part of the court trial.
Yep.
Why? That does not make sense to me.
King County prosecuting attorney Norm Mallon explained his decision to make the deal.
Fuck Norm Mallon.
We could have gone forward with 7 counts, but that is all we could have ever hoped to solve. At the end of that trial, whatever the outcome, there would have been lingering in the end. The search for the truth is still why we have a criminal justice system. Gary Ridgway does not deserve our mercy.
No, the fuck he doesn't.
He does not deserve to live.
He does not.
The mercy provided by today's resolution is directed not at Ridgway, but towards the families who have suffered so much.
No. I mean, also, I get it, because, like, they would have only have had 7 confirmed out of the 71 he claims that he murdered. So I kind of get it, but no. Fuck no. 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 No.
And then December 18, 2003, King County Superior Court Judge Richard A. Jones sentenced Ridgway to 48 life sentences without the possibility of parole to be served consecutively.
I mean, I would hope so, yeah.
He was also sentenced to an additional 10 years for tampering with evidence for each of the 48 victims, adding 480 years to his 48 life sentences.
So he didn't just tamper with the evidence for 1 or 2 victims. It was every single victim.
Yep. And then when they found the remains of his 49th victim, they added another life sentence.
So I guess the more victims they find, they'll continue to add the sentences, you know, and there are those 10 that are missing already still. And then 10 more from that 61 that he still claims to have murdered.
He led prosecutors to 3 bodies in 2003. On August 16th of that year, the remains of a 16-year-old girl found near in Enumclaw, Washington, 40 feet from State Route 410.
Do you know how long 40 feet is?
Long?
No. 40 feet is not long.
Oh, I don't fucking know.
No. Like, that is well within viewing distance.
Oh.
Yeah. That's, like, very, very close to the road.
Oh. Were pronounced as belonging to Pammy Annette Avent, who had been believed to be a victim of the Green River Killer. Remains of Marie Malvar and April Buttram were found in September 2003. November 23rd, 2005, the Associated Press reported that a weekend hiker found the skull of one of the women Ridgway admitted murdering in his 2003 plea bargain.
Jesus.
Skull of another victim, Tracy Winston, who was 19 when she disappeared from Northgate Mall on September 12th, 1983, was found on November 20th, 2005 by a man hiking in wooded area near Highway 18 near Issaquah, southwest of Seattle. In 2023, remains discovered in 1985 and known as Bone 17 were identified as belonging to 15-year-old Lori Ann Raspotnik, who was last seen by her family in Lewis County, Washington in November 1982.
Yeah.
He confessed to more confirmed murders than any other American serial killer.
There you go. He is like at the fucking top and he is gross.
Over a period of 5 months of police and prosecutor interviews, he confessed to 48 murders, 42 of which were on the police's list of probable Green River Killer victims. On February 9th, yes,
71 victims. But only 42 of them, the police were like, this is the guy.
Yes.
Where are the other 30? What did you think happened to them? Like, where is the disconnect here? Like, where are you in the same realm as like normal people? Like, hello? Are you there? Can we find somebody who has some kind of fucking competence? Because this is not it. Fire them all.
February 9th, 2004, county prosecutors began to release the videotape records of his confession. In one taped interview, he initially said that he was responsible for the deaths of 65 women. December 31st, 2003, in another taped interview, he claimed to have murdered 71 victims and confessed to having had sex with them before killing them, a detail which he did not reveal until after his sentencing.
He didn't need to reveal that. Like, that we knew. We knew that.
Yeah, but
we knew that.
He apparently knew this. So. In his confession, he acknowledged that he targeted prostitutes because they were easy to pick up and he hated most of them. He confessed that he had sex with the bodies after he murdered them, but claimed he began burying the later victims so that he could resist the urge to commit necrophilia.
But I thought he did necrophilia because it reduced the urge to continue raping and killing women. So, like, what is it? What's the truth, Gary?
Nothing.
Hello, Earth to Gary. What's the fucking truth here? Like, this IQ thing really has me bugged because there was no fucking way.
Yeah.
He is not low functioning or mildly functioning. He was very precise, very calculated, very knowledgeable on what to do and how to commit these acts and crimes to confuse the police. Like, Okay.
Incarceration. So he was placed in solitary confinement at Washington State Penitentiary in Walla Walla in January 2004. On May 14th, 2015, he was transferred to USP Florence High, a high-security federal prison east of Kansas City, Colorado.
He was transferred from Washington to Colorado. Okay.
In September 15th, after public outcry and discussions with Governor Jay Inslee, Corrections Secretary Bernie Warner announced that Ridgway would be transferred back to Washington to be easily accessible for open murder investigations.
Okay, well, that makes sense. Yeah, he doesn't deserve to go anywhere else.
Exactly.
He deserves to be where he is, mistreated, shanked, broomsticked, whatever was happening to him in prison. He deserved it all and fucking more.
So he was returned by chartered plane to Washington State Penitentiary in Walla Walla from USP Florence High on October 24th, 2015. In September 2024, he was briefly transferred from the Washington State Penitentiary to the King County Jail for a few days before being transferred back to WSO. Authorities refused to give any explanation for the transfer until it was unsealed in March 2025, revealing he was temporarily transferred to help locate more victim remains.
Okay, well, I'm not so upset about that then. That's
Aftermath.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Like, I would be behind them. With Otis Toole and Henry Lee Lucas, they took them on little outings and got them Kentucky Fried Chicken just so they could point out where the victims were. And a lot of them they did, but a lot of them, obviously they lied about and they didn't.
Exactly.
So,
just wanted the KRC.
I can't, it's fucked up. But I can't be mad about it because if they're able to locate the victims and give the family some kind of peace of mind, then I get it. Yeah. But at least it was for that and not for his safety, because fuck him and fuck his safety.
So today, Gary Ridgway sits behind bars in Washington State Penitentiary where he will never leave, but the full scope of his crimes may never be known. Even in 2025, investigators continue to work with him to locate victim remains, and new names are still being added to the list.
Can you believe that?
I know.
2025. This is 40 years after his alleged first confirmed murder, but now they're saying this could have happened up into the 70s with that one victim that they found that they could not link to him. And I am just...
The Green River Killer didn't just take lives. He stole daughters, sisters, and mothers.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
But thanks to DNA... perseverance, and the voices of families who never gave up, their stories are being told.
As they fucking should be. We don't know if any of these people that he killed could have been a doctor, could have cured cancer, could have made better edibles. I don't know.
Better edibles.
Better edibles. You don't know what these people could have become.
Exactly.
He ripped so I am still hung up on how the fuck did he elude capture for so long. They didn't even know who he was until 2001 when that other issue happened and they got the DNA profile.
Exactly.
I'm disheartened to begin with because I know this was the 80s and protocol was different than for law enforcement, DNA and whatever. But law enforcement still treats runaways or sex workers as less than. They're not worth finding, and obviously when they're being reported missing, somebody fucking cares about them. Somebody cares. Their parents, their family, their kids. Not most of these women, but the older women, they had kids. Most of them were fucking kids. So not only... because this was not mentioned in either episode in the research. Not only was he a murderer, he was a fucking pedophile. Mm-hmm. That was never mentioned. He was never not once in court or in any of the court documents, the police reports, never was he called a pedophile.
Nope.
He admitted to having sex with all these victims. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, children, fucking children. Goddamn children.
Because they were prostitutes.
And see, that's the whole thing of it. Just because they were prostitutes or runaways, they're not considered people, so then he's not considered a pedophile.
Nope.
No fucking way. Absolutely the fuck not. That man needs a nice big hole between the eyes. I hate so much that he is not on death row. He is living his life in prison. Yes, he is quote unquote cooperating and helping find victims. Oh my God. I'm so fucking stressed right now. I'm shaking. I'm really...
You are shaking.
I'm really...
Pazuzu pissed me off, and now my dude pissed you off.
I mean, it's
Pazuzu's mother pissed me off.
Right, and it's not so much that Gary pisses me off. Obviously, he does. I am pissed off at the lack of urgency.
Because they did a better job with Pinnell.
Right.
And getting him quicker.
Wasn't it $1 million that they spent trying to catch this motherfucker? They did nothing. Like, I feel like if they had because obviously he was snatching these girls from the same area.
And it's like, there's a pattern. They knew there was a pattern. So why
not
don't
follow
you
up on
fucking
it?
do something?
Exactly.
Bundy fucking told you how to get him.
You didn't listen. Did not listen. Oh my God. And I can imagine that there are these fucking women writing him in prison, all in love with him. Like, ma'am.
Oh, Bundy?
No. Ridgway.
Oh, people write to him?
I'm sure they do.
Ugh.
Like, ma'am, do you not realize he raped and murdered 70-something women?
See, I don't get people who do that shit.
I don't either. No. Marriage proposals and shit.
Like Bundy's trial and shit. Oh.
Manson too, but Manson never physically killed anybody. He just told people to.
But still. What the fuck? What's wrong with your head? That you
a lot.
That you have to fucking. Oh.
Yeah, like that would not ever be in the realm of anything that I would think about. I might write to like a serial killer and be like, why?
Yeah.
Can you just explain to me why? Like, what was going through your head when this was happening?
I'm in love with you.
Yeah, it wouldn't be. Can we get prison married?
Yeah, I'm in love
and have
with
conjugal
you.
visits? Bruh. Now, like with Bundy, he was he was good looking. Gary was not. But like with Gary, like I'm sure, like I said, I think people are probably writing to him like, "Oh, you marry me."
It's like I know I read dark romance and stuff. At the same time, I'm like, I'm not gonna write to fucking serial killers.
No, this man he is like the most prolific serial killer, just with his confirmed murders.
And dark romance, those people are fake.
Right. I mean, a lot of them are probably like based on real stuff. That's where they're pulling their ideas from, but it's completely different to read about that stuff, but then it's a whole fucking different thing to put yourself there in that position doing this shit.
Yeah.
Like, have some fucking respect for yourself. Love yourself enough to not think your only option
is a fucking serial killer in jail.
Is a fucking serial killer in jail.
Who's not going to get out anytime soon.
Ever.
So there's no chance for you to get married. No chance for nothing.
49 life convictions plus 480 years. Maybe 490 because that new one just got added. And if he tampered with the crime scene at that point, that's another 10 years. So he's got 48 life convictions plus almost 500 years. What the fuck are you going to do with that? You can't build a life with him. What is marriage going to do? Like, you get no benefit out of it.
You get no money.
You have no money, no stability, no physical intimacy, no children. Like, why would you put yourself in that position? Why would you take yourself out of a gene pool or a dating pool that you might actually find someone worth it, who's not going to kill you or cheat on you when he's in Vietnam and get gonorrhea and then keep doing it?
And not use protection,
And not use protection. Like, okay, like, I understand, like, in that situation, people cheat. I get it. But, like, fucking use protection. Don't bring nothing home to me. I don't need to know. Do what you got to do.
And it's like, why would you keep doing it and you have fucking gonorrhea? Like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, like, and did he ever get it treated? Did he spread it to his wife and then now hurt other sexual partners?
And with how much he kept having it, he was spreading it to everybody else.
Dude. Like, so
everybody just getting it.
And here's the other thing. Did he kill anybody in Vietnam?
It never said if he did.
No, I know it never said, but that's my thought now. He was having sex with all of these sex workers in Vietnam. So did he kill people in Vietnam too outside of combat? I would think it's very possible, and I'm wondering if they ever even fucking thought about that and looked into it.
Yeah.
See if they had any people who were missing, who were sex workers around the time that Ridgway was in that area with his battalion or whatever the fuck it's called in the Navy, his Siemens.
Mm-hmm.
And see if there are any unsolved murders there that could possibly be linked to him. And I would probably say since they think he started in the 70s, not the 80s.
Mm-hmm. I think so, yeah.
I don't know. I'm real frustrated about this one. I don't like it. I hope I hope Gary Ridgway is suffering immensely in prison right now. I hope he never gets a moment's peace. I hope every time he closes his eyes, he sees his victims.
Yes.
I hope he is haunted in his dreams. I hope he bleeds from his butthole every fucking day for the rest of his life.
Rectum cancer, like what's his face?
Yeah. I hope he gets gang raped 7 times a day and the dicks get increasingly bigger. Yeah. I hope he is held down and stabbed in the eye.
Or the robes like you stabbed that 6-year-old boy.
Yeah. I'm sick. So, that is all for this week.
That was it on my big dude.
Yeah, we managed 2 episodes for him. So, it's a lot of information for that guy.
Yes.
He's a fucking loser. I hate him with every ounce of my being. I thought I knew the story before, but now I really fucking hate him. It's Anyway, you guys can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/haunted and homicidal. You guys can become a Patreon subscriber. We've got cool little goodies coming out when we eventually get subscribers. So go subscribe.
Because who doesn't like free shit?
Right. And it's going to be awesome stuff. And then you guys also, that's going to be patreon.com/haunted and homicidal. If you guys have any suggestions, stories, comments, you just kind of want to send us an email. It's going to be hauntedandhomicidal@gmail.com. Thank you again for all the love and support. We like seeing our numbers grow every week. Hopefully we've got some repeat listeners, but we also like to have some new listeners. So, we're having a good time. And again, we love you guys. Thank you so much for your support, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.
Love you. Bye.